We tap into things that make us happy. And I didn't know this for years. Like, this is really important information. When we tap into the things that make us happy, that bring us joy, that light us up, not only do they bring us joy and happiness, not only do they bring us joy and happiness, but there are amazing benefits for the brain. So we start to fuel the parts of the brain responsible for our creativity, our productivity, our focus. This is super muddy, just take a look at this. I don't know if I'm going to get through it. I need to sing that song by Daniel Bedingfield. I'm going to get through this, I'm going to get through this. If you can all just pray for me. No, not really. I don't even know if I can get through it. Right, let's go for it. Let's go for it. I'm going to get really muddy, but we're just going to go for it. So when we do those things that, I think it might be a bit drier over here, that light us up, we are fueling the brain. We're giving the brain fuel to be more creative, to be more productive, to be more resilient. So what we actually need to do, and someone asked me to do some resilience training at a local college, and I think they expected me to come in and like talk about grit and talk about, all these things, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. That is bullshit. That is not true. What doesn't kill us creates trauma in our bodies and in our nervous system. It is actually positive resilience. I'm just trying to work out a route to go. It's bad. It is actually positive resilience. I'm actually going to turn around and go back this way. Positive resilience that creates those structures in our brain. So when we have a positive psychology practice in place, what we're starting to do is build new neural pathways. So let's use this path. Let's have like a real life example. So let's say the first time I build a happiness habit, I put some boards across this mud. And each day, let's say they're floorboards. So each day there's a river here as well, I have to be really careful. Each day I do that positive psychology habit. I'm putting a floorboard down over this mud. Then the second day I lay a second floorboard. And then the third day I lay, and so on and so forth. So by the end of that month, I'm going to end up with a lovely path along here over the mud. Okay? And that is what we are doing in the brain. So each time we are doing a positive psychology habit, go check out my TEDx if you haven't already. I talk about the 5 activities, really small activities that you can do every day that will change your brain. So I got 180 people to do these as part of my research. And this is what we are doing. We are creating that path and walking that path, like in the neural pathways in the brain, to build these happiness habits. Then we can be more creative, more productive, and more resilient. So if we get these self-care, embodiment practice, happiness habits, what feels good for you? Let me know in comments. What feels good for you? Like, this feels good for me. Like, my body wants to move. It wants to be out in nature. A moment ago I was sat near that little waterfall. This feels good and expansive and lights me up. Let me know in comments what lights you up, what feels expansive.